let's cover some of the low-hanging fruit regarding improving performance with Windows 10. Eye candy, unnecessary services, and the desktop. Let's start with turning off unnecessary Windows eye candy. We'll get into this by clicking the File Explorer icon. Then we'll right-click on this PC, which will bring up a menu, and click on Properties there. Now let's click on Advanced System Settings. Some of these aren't all that advanced, actually. Then let's click on the settings for performance. Now, you've got 4 different options here. Let Windows choose. I don't know what it chooses, what it bases it on. Best Appearance is going to check them all. Best Performance is going to uncheck all of them. My suggestion is to use Custom. So let's click on that. And the only 2 that I've seen that really impact things are making sure you're showing thumbnails and that screen fonts are smooth. The situation might be different on your computer. Once you're done, click OK and click OK again. So let's cover disabling useless services first. We're going to open up the Cortana search bar, whatever you want to call that. msconfig is what you should type. Then when the system configuration program pops up its shortcut, we'll go here and we'll click on the Services tab. Now within this, you've got a ton of services. First thing to do is to make sure you don't screw your computer up by unchecking a Microsoft service. So let's go through this real quick, just kind of look around. A whole ton of stuff in here, of course. Some checked, some unchecked. I'm going to go through and uncheck a few things that I know I don't need. I don't have a BlackBerry anymore, so I don't need that. I don't know exactly what the Fix-It Task Manager is. That's okay, because I can come back in and turn these on if I really need to. So it's just a general unchecking of things in services. For more detailed information on this, you could look at other videos. But go through and uncheck things you know you don't need. Click Apply, click OK, and then we're going to click Exit without Restart. Changes won't manifest themselves until you reboot. So let's go through the second part of this. Disabling useless processes. Same place. System configuration, which you get to by typing msconfig into the Cortana search bar. This time we'll click on the Startup tab. Then we'll open Task Manager. That's the new way to get there. Now in the Startup tab, we see not as many things. Now the thing to keep in mind is you want to see if the thing has a high impact and whether it's enabled. If both of those are true and you don't think you need it, then let's disable that. I kind of want to have CCleaner for whatever reason, but I don't scan things often enough, so I'm just going to disable anything that has to do with the scanner. And I think I'm just going to leave all the rest of that. And again, the 2 things we did here in msconfig will take place after a reboot. So let's take a quick look at what we can do with the desktop. This is a messy desktop. It's not as messy as this one. You don't want to have your desktop look like this, but you also don't want it as messy as this one. For your convenience, the desktop is constantly being drawn, kind of like this, but really fast. So you don't want to have very many things on there. So to get this process started, I'm going to go ahead and open up the File Explorer. And inside of there, I'm going to actually get to the desktop as a location rather than a thing. And there's all the same stuff that I had scattered all over on my desktop. And I'm going to just choose a bunch of stuff and drag it into a folder. And then I'm going to drag it over all 30 of those items, and then I'm going to grab that single one and another one. Windows really doesn't mind displaying folders on a desktop. Now on the right side, we've got the Show Desktop button. Click that and the desktop is shown, and now you can see it's much more clear. Now, less important, but still a factor if your computer is running slow, is your desktop background. If I choose a solid color rather than a high-grade picture, we're going to get better performance. That's not as important as keeping your desktop clean, though. So, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section or visit us at bradhelps.com.